You know, few actresses ever really retire completely. Can you confirm that this is the real deal?
Yeah, this is it. The real deal.
Oh, I'm anxious all the time. I mean, I think that I'm constantly living in a state of anxiety over something. Anyone that's not is, you should worry about that. No, I think that it came from, you know, yeah, feeling like things were unresolved, and anxiety is sort of that unpredictable, whatever it is, right, that might happen. And so I think that all of these unresolved things were compiling, and you know, then I just started writing. I mean, it just became the film. Solitude can be really wonderful, and it can also be, well, there's a difference between solitude and loneliness probably, right? But solitude can very quickly become loneliness. Like, it's good to retreat, but there's only maybe so much, you know, you should only retreat so far for so long. You know, it's very easy to get caught into a world of, you know, it's just me and I'm the only one experiencing these things.
You're not allowed to ask me that anymore.
Do you hate me?
That either. I want to touch your face. Can I just touch your face?
You wouldn't want to get paint on your hands, would you?
We wanted to do black and white because it felt like it was the most appropriate palette for this character who was really starting to remove herself from the world and sort of, you know, I mean, the color is sort of sucked out of her life in a way, you know, and so she's in this kind of very black and white, this is your life now, you live like this now. You know, it felt really kind of fitting, and it also felt fitting as like kind of this tribute to an actress, because, you know, shooting on film and shooting in black and white, it's all of these kind of old-fashioned, you know, notions about what a film should be. So I think that was always on our minds too. And I think it looks really, you know, it's far more pleasing on my eyes than if we had shot digitally. I mean, I think that would completely alter the feel of the film if it was this, you know, high definition. There's a stage or theatrical element to a lot of the imagery, and I think that was something that Aaron Platt, the cinematographer, and I were conscious of. And a lot of our work comes from, you know, we've been working together for 10 years, and a lot of it has this very, at times, very performative quality to it. I call it a quality. Some people might find it sort of off-putting, but I think that it's, you know, a film is very much a presentation of ideas. So to then avoid being theatrical or to present them in that kind of theatrical way, I think is to be disgenuine to those ideas, to that presentation of ideas.
Well, you know, as an actor, when the writing is poor, you make it interesting. That's something I learned a long time ago. I considered writing a piece for myself once, but I don't know.
What sort of themes or...
Completion.
She knew how she wanted to play the character. I mean, she showed me binders of preparation that she had done for what this character would be, what this character would wear. And her and I, you know, we talked for months before we shot the film, all the time about what to do. But it was mostly like her giving me all these ideas and me just saying yes, 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 no, yes, yes, yes. You know, she knew what she was doing. I think I mean, I didn't write the part with her in mind, but it certainly became hers very quickly.
Did you ever want to have kids?
No. And then yes.
No, and then yes.
I was so committed to my craft, to myself as an artist, that I couldn't give any part of it up. I was terribly selfish. Could I have been some child's mother? Who knows? You know, they say that you get the kids you deserve, something like that, I think. I don't know what I would have deserved.
There certainly are a lot of ways that you could interpret the film and the events. In my head, there's a version that there's a version I wrote that I have an interpretation of. And then there's a version we shot that I have an interpretation of, and then there's a version that I edited, you know, that we edited together, and it's like that's another interpretation. So for me, there's too many levels of interpretation, right? It's all a big, there's so many worlds for me to think about. But I think it's great if people are engaged enough that they want to connect things or disconnect things from each other. You know, it's definitely a film that exists on a lot of different emotional levels and physical levels, I think, you know?